Well, Andy, it's good to have you in the studio tonight, and we've had hundreds of messages, I have to say, on this particular issue. Hazel Byrne says it's a good idea to make more wealthy folk contribute to the economy during a rough period, but Dave Hogan says, why should the wealthy be penalised for being successful? Why support this country's benefit culture? It's very divisive an issue, isn't it? But Labour, they must think they can win votes on this, right?
Well, I think they must do, because it's not at all clear that they're going to raise much money on it. Labour tell you that you could raise £3 billion a year if you put the rate back up to 50p. The Conservatives say it's much, much less than that. And a lot of independent analysis, for instance, from a group called the Institute for Fiscal Studies today, have crunched the numbers, and they've come down very much on the Conservative side, saying it's not at all clear that this would raise any more than the marginal amount of money if you put the rate back up to 50p. But what it does do is it says, Labour, we are the party that are prepared to tax the rich more. The Conservatives are today saying, we don't want to tax even the rich more because we think that's the wrong way to go.
And it seems like our viewers are very divided. Just a couple more of these messages. Irene Walsh has written in saying, put the tax up higher, fair enough. But Marsha Bennett Ebanks says, I think it's disgusting. Why hate on people that work hard for their money? And of course, you know, especially in these straitened times. So I suppose we've had the energy companies being taken on, we've had the banks being taken on, and now, as you say, there's clear water dividing Labour and the Tories ahead of the next general election.
Yes, it's interesting. You talk to some Ed Miliband or other people trying to plot Labour strategy to the next election. They still insist they are going for the centre ground. They're going for the middle ground. They just think the middle has moved a bit since the great financial crisis of 2008, and they think people out there want to see more intervention in the market, like the energy market, like the banks, even in issues like this about taxation, because Labour are convinced that more people out there now believe that the system isn't working as it should do, that yes, you could have markets, but we need markets that work properly. And I think this is all part of that Labour strategy.
And the Conservatives?
Well, the Conservatives, I think, are going to hammer away at Labour between now and the election to say Labour are becoming anti-business, they're anti-wealth creation. Yes, it might sound nice, let's whack some taxes up on the rich people, but in the end, those wealthy people are also wealth creators, they are job creators, and the Labour way is not the way to actually make sure that the economy continues to recover.